Hi, I'm Sophia from Sophia L Mindset or SophiaL.com. And if you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy you are here. And if you've been around for a minute, I'm so happy you are back. My son Jonathan, he's a toddler. Every time he comes into the room, he's like, "Mommy, I'm back," and like announces himself. It's so cute. So announce yourself because I think it's so cute. If you are back here for the second, third, or 100th time, whatever it is, right? We're happy to have you. I'm going to get right into it. I don't know. Do we need to do a whole long intro? I feel like it's in my bio. So, yeah, let's just get right into it. Oh, Livy wants to join us. In this video, I want to talk about how important it is to take inventory on your beliefs. I want to give you some examples on how I've been doing that lately, especially again, because it's the end of the year and, reflection is just natural at this time of the year. And I think our beliefs should be top of the list, definitely high on the list, at least, of what we're reflecting on. Look at everything that happened in your year. Yeah, like I spoke about in my last video. So if you didn't see that, check that one out. But what were your beliefs? I want to go deeper into that. I think it's super important and helpful to know how to do that. And not only like it's just not enough to know. We can know all the things, but if we're not embodying it, if we're not practicing it, it's not enough to know. You want to embody these things. They'll change your life for the better. So practicing it, embodying what you know is true wisdom. So we want to be wise AF, don't we? Let's be wise AF. When we look back, we can see what we were believing. Try to give you some examples in my own personal life. My therapist was saying that we were both kind of like doing a reflection on me, and she was looking over her notes and I was, doing my own reflection based on everything that was coming up for me. And I was kind of going down like a self-criticizing place, and she caught me in my tracks and she was like, "Do you remember where you were at last year, like emotionally at this point last year?" And I'm like, "No, tell me." And she goes, "I was feeling super unsupported with my work. This is not a typical route to take." And I was so excited for it that while I was building it brick by brick, I thought everyone that loved me would also be just as excited for me, and they just weren't. The people that I thought would be were not. Like not only did they not get it, like they didn't even want to get it. They didn't want to understand. And then there's this whole idea, I do understand, it's okay. Like I can be okay with it. It took me a while to get there, but I got there. People that know you for a long time, especially, like have an idea of you in their mind. They've put you in a box, kind of, what they've thought of you for so long is so strong, right? And what they know to be true. So when you go and switch things up, it's like, whoa, it's almost like a negative. Even if you're switching things up in a good way, in a positive way, it's almost like, wait, who is she? And not even just for me. I'm not saying people felt this way about me. I'm saying, I know this is like a very normal reaction to people that we've known for a long time. I know I felt this way myself. Where we're like, wait, when did they do this? It's a normal thing for us to want to feel safe and secure. And so we associate safety with familiar, right? Familiarity. So when things start to become unfamiliar, we question it, and it's just unfamiliar. And it's like almost you kind of try to avoid it because you don't want to get it, because you've felt a certain way for so long, or this thing or person was a certain way for so long, and now they're switching things up in a way that I don't get it. Where did this come from? If you're experiencing this too, I know this will land. If you've ever started your own business, this is not my first rodeo, by the way. We can understand that it's a them thing, and we can let people surprise us. We can let them like come around on their own time, when they feel comfortable with it, and that's okay too. But my therapist was saying, like, so heavy in those feelings this time last year that I was considering stopping. Yeah, reconsidering the whole thing, my work and my business. And I'm so happy she brought that up to me. And I'm so thankful for her, and like highly recommend having a therapist. I was so grateful for that moment. I still am. I totally forgot that I was there, and it was just a year ago. And it's such a difference from where I'm at now. Now, the liberation, the power that comes with having your own back and trusting yourself, no matter what anyone else thinks, is what I gained in the process of sitting in those heavy feelings last year. So this is why reflection is so important, because I've been there for like a week or so where I was like reflecting and like remembering the goals that I set out last year, taking inventory of the ones that happen and the ones that are almost there but not quite. We can put a timeline on things, like I had like some goals that I set out for this year that I wanted to see through. And I can trust and know that everything is working in my favor and for my good, that it's all compounding, that it all gets to add up, and it's all working out. And maybe it'll happen in January. Maybe it'll happen like, you know what I mean? 2 As I said that, if we can just trust and know that things are working, what if our faith in it brings it to fruition? Which it does. And I know this, and we know this, right? We know this. When you believe in something with such conviction, with such certainty, it has no choice but to come to you. Of course, it's going to come to you. It just is. It always was. You've just finally backed yourself and whatever the desire is, and you literally will it into life. Like, I literally did this with my son. So, and I often say, like, to this day, but especially when he was born during my pregnancy, I would just like rub my belly and just be like a whole human. It gets me emotional. We manifest parking spots, and we manifest like money and opportunities and clients and sales and flowers, free coffee, whatever it is that we go on to manifest, right? Small and big things. And when I willed this baby into life after 7 years of wanting him so badly, my God, like, it's happening. And I just stayed in that. It's happening. Before I was pregnant, you put your focus and intention behind something and you take steps towards it, you will manifest it. That's what manifesting is. That's what we do all the time, whether we realize it or not. We just could be focusing on the negatives. And so we're creating more of that. So let's focus on what we actually want to create. It's really helpful to see proof of it. That's what we can do for each other, and then how real it is, and how you've been doing it all along, and now you can do it consciously. Now you can do it with awareness, with intention, right? With your desires in mind, and manifesting that for yourself. And key factor in manifesting, feeling the feelings of the wish fulfilled, feeling as though it already happened, whatever it is you're manifesting. 21 days to form a new belief, right? 60 days to really thicken that new neural pathway. So you want to do the thing consistently for 60 days, ideally. If it's an affirmation, if it's something that a new belief that you are cultivating, that you are wanting to believe about yourself, about your life experience, you'll say it for 21 days. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, you want to do it 21 days consecutively, and it'll become like your new way of being, especially if you take it to the 60-day mark. That's for my overachievers, okay? It's like there's going to be intrusive thoughts, but how much you focus on it is up to you. And I think that's key. We don't want to focus on that too much. Another way I want you to think of it Step one, get clear on what you want to manifest. And then when you're super clear and maybe detailed, some of us need to be, we can really feel what it would feel like to have whatever we're manifesting when we get into a lot of detail about it, like me. So also, if you don't know your human design, that can really help what kind of manifestor you are. And there's free websites to do this. I think humandesign.com is one of them. I have the Align app with Jenna Zoe, way of learning yourself even better. And depending on what your human design is, it'll tell you how you manifest. Are you a specific manifestor or a non-specific manifestor, right? So do that first, then come back to the next part. And so you're either going to get very specific on paper, in your phone, write it out in your phone, out loud, talk about it with somebody, talk to yourself, just get clear on what it is you want. Say the new affirmation, the new belief, the new mantra, whatever it is, the thing that you're calling in. You say it and you feel it as if it already happened. And a good way to look at it, you're manifesting something, like you're placing your order for God, right? Kind of like we place our order on Amazon or in a coffee shop, let's say. Let's say you go to a coffee shop, you go to a drive-through. That's my favorite kind of coffee shop to go to, is a drive-through. If you know me, you know this to be true about me. So you go in drive-through, I place my order, right? And maybe I want an iced white mocha with almond milk, right? And then I go back around to the first window and I'm like, actually, no, not white mocha, caramel. Give me a caramel. And I go around again. I change my mind again. And I ask her for a hot, not an iced, right? And the barista at this point is like, probably not very happy with me, right? And just confused. They're probably just very confused. If we take emotion out of it, they're probably just like, can you know what you want? Like, get clear on what you want first, and then come to me with your order, right? So it's the same thing with God, with the universe, whatever you believe in. They can't give you what you want unless you are clear on it. So if you're constantly like flip-flopping with what it is that you want to bring in, they don't know what to deliver. So they're going to wait until you're super clear and until you mean it. So mean it. Get clear on what you want. That's why this point is like such a key factor, because most of us don't even know what we want. And if it's really hard to figure out what you do want, figure out what you don't want. And then it's the opposite of that. That can sometimes be so much easier for my negative Nancy's and negative Nellies to get clear on what they do want, because that's how I started off. I got very clear on what it was that I no longer wanted to experience in my life. And my life looks very, very different. It looks the opposite from that time, from when I first started manifesting, consciously manifesting, right? Because we are always manifesting. We're just, when we're in our power and when we know these things, we're working with God, we're working with the universe, instead of feeling like everything's working against us, because it's not. It's just not true. And if you're feeling that way, I'm so happy you're here, because it's not true. Try this way of manifesting, of consciously manifesting, and you will too find that you've been manifesting all along, just the things that you didn't want. And you are such a powerful magnet, and you have like a magnetic field around you. And so you are constantly magnetically drawing to you what you are a match for. And they come in the form of humans a lot of the time, humans that will betray you, that will cheat on you, that will lie to you, that will scheme on you, whatever it is, if that's what's within you. Dr. Wayne Dyer used to say this thing about, if you squeeze an orange, what comes out? No matter how he squeezes it, no matter how he cuts it open, no matter what, all that's within it is orange, and that's what will come out, right? That's to say, what is within you? because that's what's coming out of you and that's what you're experiencing. And I know that's really frustrating and annoying to hear, but I'm only sharing that because I myself need this message often. And I'm sure I'll come back to this video probably in a couple days to remember this and to reapply this technique, because it wouldn't be occurring if it wasn't already within me. So it's not true that like this one upset you and they brought that the monster out of you, or this one made you react that way, or you just had to let them have it because they can't just think it's okay to be the way they're being. People are who they are, yeah, but you attracted that because it lives within you somewhere. Oftentimes we get upset when haters or unsupportive people say things that are rude or that, really get you worked up. And what if we just looked at it like there's a saying, like you'll want to send a thank you note to every hater. And I can tell you from my own life experience, that is very true. There was some things that they like mirrored back to me that I was like, that I already felt, in some way or some form, or I already believed. And I got to reprogram that because of them, that haters are required, or people that don't support you, rather, like I like to call them, are required to shift and to grow and to uncover what's beneath the surface. But if you don't know how to work with the subconscious mind and you're not like often doing this work, you will attract it in whatever, like it's going to come to you in one way or another. I prefer to do it on my own, in my own way, gently, kindly, without the unsupportive people. The point is, look within you. Look within you, because look at what is begging you to look at within you. That's what's really going on. Like, what if there's something in you, like, please just look at me? Like, look at it like a little childlike version of you. Even when these people that are in like grown bodies are saying it, like, look at their little childlike self. Like, close your eyes for a second and just see them as a child. Like, a lot of us are just toddlers in grown up bodies. If we're not trying to, heal our stuff and look within and do better, become better versions of ourselves, then yeah, that can still be very true for a lot of people. Toddlers in grown-up bodies. Still though, the reason it's in your reality could be because there's something within you that needs you to look at it and shift it, love it, nurture it, give it some validation, words of affirmation, some affection, a hug. Maybe you want to look at it deeper with a therapist or a coach. The thing that I find about that's different with therapists and coaches, I think you get two very different experiences, but I think both are required for just general well-being and mental well-being, and also becoming the best version of you. So with therapy, I find that they'll work at things at your pace, right? And they'll give you little tips here and there if you ask. Whereas with a coach, they're on like a different level of growth. It feels like therapists are more like calm and like nurturing and like another mommy, kind of like, I'll love you through this. It's okay. Like, I'll sit with you in it. And with a coach, it's not like that. You're not getting mommy. You're getting like your higher self working through them. Like, let's go. We have things to do. And I freaking love that. I love both actually, because there are times where I need another mommy. And my therapist like let me sit in it with me and let me know I'm not alone and just give me like ways of looking at it maybe. But most of the time I want to work through it. I want to be on the other side of it. I don't want to sit in it. I want to be on the other side of it because I know my freaking power and I know how to manifest and I know how all this works. So why would I sit in it longer than I have to? Do you know what I mean? So most of the time I live here and I coach myself through things. That's been working well. And when I hit another ceiling, glass ceiling that I want to break through, that I feel like I can't quite get to on my own, then the best coach for me will appear. When the student is ready, the teacher appears, and that's been true for me every time. And it's usually the person that inspires me most at the time. And then, I book a session or buy one of their courses. And that's how I do the things. So I hope that's helpful. Take what feels good for you and trust that what feels good to you is like a green light, like a green flag, like, oh, okay, I'm going to take this. This feels good. I'm going to take this. This feels good. Like if you're just starting out on this journey and you don't know the next step to take, you can take that. I love you. I am so happy you are here. If you stayed till the end, put a green heart below. Let me know any takeaways, anything you found valuable that I shared here and to hear. And let me know what you want to hear in my next videos. You are loved. You are worthy. You are worthy of all your desires. You are enough. You matter. And you get to have what you want in this life. Bye.